Hello friends and welcome to In the Kitchen with Ali. Today we'll be making one of my brother's favorite desserts, which are chocolate chip cookies. I hope that you enjoy.
To make the cookies, you're going to start with half a cup of softened butter, 1 teaspoon or a little splash of vanilla extract, and 1 egg room temperature. You'll also need half a cup of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, half a cup of granulated sugar, and 1 1/4 cups of flour. We can't forget our most special ingredient, our chocolate chips. I like to add 3/4 of a cup of milk chocolate and 1/4 of a cup of dark chocolate. We're going to add in our softened butter and both of our sugars, and we're going to beat on low with an electric mixer until it is creamed and nice and combined. It's a good idea to preheat your oven now while you're in the preparation stage so that once your cookies are ready to go in the oven, your oven is already preheated. You're going to preheat your oven to 325 degrees. Once you have creamed together your butter and your sugars, you're going to go ahead and add in 1 egg, room temperature, and 1 splash or 1 teaspoon, I didn't exactly measure, of vanilla extract. And you're going to mix that again with your electric mixer on low. You don't necessarily need an electric beater to do this. You can definitely do it with a whisk until it is creamed together, but make sure that you're whisking vigorously until it's nice and combined and creamed together. At this point, I like to take my spatula and just wipe down the sides and make sure that everything is combined and even before we add in our dry ingredients, which consists of 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, and of course our 1 1/4 cups of flour. In this separate bowl, you're going to add all your dry ingredients in, and you're going to whisk them together to make sure that they're evenly combined before you add them to the wet mixture. I'm now going to sprinkle my flour mixture over my dry ingredients, and we're not mixing it with an electric beater this time. We are simply folding it in with our spatula. Make sure that you only mix until it is combined. Do not overmix because then it will activate the gluten, and you do not want that for the texture of your cookies. I like to add in my chocolate chips right before I have completely finished folding in the flour. That way when I do mix in the chocolate chips and I finish folding in the flour, I'm making sure that I am not over mixing the dough. Once you've combined all of your ingredients and you made sure that there are no traces of flour left behind, you can take a rather large spoon or a small ice cream scooper and scoop them onto baking trays that have been covered with parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, you can definitely spray your pans with butter or a little bit of oil and flour, but I highly recommend using parchment paper, especially for cookies. You're going to bake the cookies at 325 degrees for 15 to 16 minutes and then pull them out and let them cool on the tray so that they can finish baking for about 10 minutes. Once your cookies are done, they are ready to enjoy. I hope that you like this recipe. If you do make it, please share with me using the hashtag InTheKitchenWithAli. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Ali Cochran Official and on Twitter at Ali Cochran S. You can also like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell to get notifications when I upload new content. I'm sending you a big kiss.